be the competitiveness advantage.
Okay.
The energy advantage.
Okay.
Switch those. Energy, competitiveness,
Okay.
jobs,
All right.
counterplan DA.
Would be counterplan?
DA. All right.
The one they went for? Yeah. Did I say solvency?
You did not say solvency.
Okay. Solvency slash where those arguments, the H1B's arguments are extended is after jobs.
After jobs. So for
It's number
the advantage counterplan. All right.
You can see the hybrid evidence, which means you have a seeded peak oil impact, which means there's definitely extinction in the world, where we were at risk of the solid steps. That is not an instant argument. 2 hours too late, you're simple enough. The impact is not true. Hybrid evidence case will create tons of nuclear wars, will create lash out, will collapse the entire global economy, which probably turns your impact. That's inevitable, where we don't shift away from alternative energy, your geothermal stuff, and not solve this, which is not to create new alternatives to fossil fuel energy, and we'll win. That doesn't create innovation in the first place, which means it's hard to affirmative. You also consider warming. What the general impacts makes nuclear war inevitable in the world, where rising sea levels and resources depleted. These countries will find each other inevitably, which is nuclear not having the impact that has internal uniqueness. It's literally try or die. There's only a risk that you will stay alive in the world. Where you vote affirmatively. They say we're past two people, we're not past two people. Our evidence indicates that your author took it back and says we're not past it. Just past. We're just a risk in the next few years if we don't solve it. That it'll be a runaway. The argument's not tool. We would solve that. We would prevent the runaway and warming that. All of our authors talk about, all of our scientists say that if we cut back now, we would actually be able to decrease the amount of CO2 which we solve. They say at least we solve the catastrophic effects. It's not true. You can see like 3 pieces of evidence were qualified. More qualified scientists said that warming would be runaway, which means you would not be able to solve the catastrophic the chain reaction that would happen because melting permafrost and melting glaciers and repeating methane and things like that will lead to unsustainable warming, which means it will lead to global extinction. Not, I also think, so that's to frame your impact of the solvency deficit is to try competitiveness. You can see the one AR argument about Kagan that the hedge, if we were to risk hegemony being high, we saw hegemony, that means we contain Russia, that we never be able to lash out because the US releases the waters, which means there's no impact as long as we have a high hedge, which means this has not a reason to vote against us. Also, you can see the time frame that we are literally about to collapse. There's only, Russia will probably take like 20 years to fully collapse and lash out and things like that because economic things are slow, but we're literally about to lose all of our hegemony. They say immigration is not key, but you don't get, this is not giving enough time to extend a card or an argument why immigrants are not key and why they, so that means this is a massive solvency deficit of both advantages. We, if they win a link to the Russia DA, that proves they don't solve our advantage because they would go to Russia and not the United States. It means we would lose our competitiveness, which means you don't solve hegemony. Also, immigrants are key. The one area indicates that extends the evidence about why they have a diversity of perspectives and need to bring their global knowledge and concentrate it into small areas. Otherwise, that tech will be invented elsewhere, and the U.S. will lose its competitiveness to someone like Russia. You've also seen our reason evidence that the U.S. is suffering that rapid brain drain, which means we have to have immigrants and visa policies to solve that with, which means to solve our economy. Also, immigrants have the most patents and the most advanced degrees. They create the most jobs in the world. Where I don't have time for going anymore. When the world we don't let them in, that means you don't solve any of these unique innovation. Also, they have the best businesses in the world. Also, you can see there are all evidence that other countries will try to attract these people away from us, which means we have to do visa policy. You don't solve any of our hegemony advantage jobs.
Also, be all startups.
Oh yeah. That'll be the capital. The jobs, you can see the bioterror impact. You said there's no reason this spills over, but you can see the one argument that if we generate jobs that would spill over to the entire economy, which props up Russia, bioterror leads to extinction, which means any risk of solvency nowadays. Counterplan. You say fraud or more evidence answers this. It says that the investors mean they have to have a good business idea before looking at visas. There's no impact to them lying or making stuff up, so they'll still be here creating innovation. There's only risk that they would solve. Also, they can get another visa and create another startup, which means your evidence is not good enough here. And also, our cards on the counterplan, there's 6 pieces of evidence we read why investor vetting is good, why the investor requirement is good. Is innovation. It prevents fraud. It prevents bureaucratic delays and debt, which means all these arguments you should give very little weight to. Their government evidence is stupid. It's not about real estate. If investors want to do real estate projects, they do it now. That's what our humor evidence. Because also they want to do high-tech innovation, but militants are pin up demand, which means they would lead to a massive influx of new startup companies. They say they'll bail, but that's not true. Our Kumar in this case, they want to live here, and they won't just invest in real estate. And also, they say that there's a steal for business. That's not true. You have to. There's a legislative requirement in our pen that you have to create jobs for Americans, which means you don't steal businesses, or you just lead to more competition, which is good for the U.S. economy. You also consider our Wilkinson evidence that. And this should frame the solvency deficit argument as well as going to the counterplan. Our Wilkinson evidence that this is an important solvency differential. It says that there will be zero startup activity in the world where we don't have a visa, which means the solvency differential is huge, and that answers all for framing arguments above because there will not beginning of this innovation in the world, we do not have immigrants who conceded all our immigrants' key arguments. Sarbanes-Oxley, our tax, our tax cuts don't solve it. Just invest in old energy. It's talking about tax benefits in general, which means they don't solve. Also, we read like 3 cards why R&D does not solve because it's slow. It's bureaucratic, it's inefficient, and the government will not give it out in a way that's equitable. The Kauffman Foundation agree with us. We read a piece of evidence from the president that says that startup visas are key, which means that the rest of your cards are all jive because you cannot solve only the permutation solves these double sums. You said geothermal, but you've conceded our 1A argument that assumes perfect implementation. Our arguments in the case that geothermal is the environment is too complex to solve. We need to stop emitting fossil fuels. That's the only way we can get it done on the okay. Russia. You don't turn warming. Your relations card is vague and warrantless. The only warrant is that nuclear power never wouldn't work. It's the status quo. Also, you can see all the reasons why immigrants are key because the IPR restrictions means that Russia would never share this evidence. Also, it doesn't turn the hedge advantage. There's no argument here. You've conceded our joining evidence. That's an explicit one in our concession, which means you should give it the entire weight that the economic economic collapse does not lead to war, which means you don't have internally to any of your impacts. She says it doesn't assume Russia, but you've conceded that it assumes every country. That is a card that you explicitly see the countries do not go to war or miscalculate or really fall apart when their economy collapses because they focus on stability and spending and things like that. They don't go and lash out or miscalculate and things like that. It's also proven by our empirically denied card, which you conceded that it's empirically denied that when Russia's economy declines, that anything happens. The Soviet Union freaking collapsed and nothing happened. They didn't miscalculate with all of their nuclear weapons. Also, our Barsh evidence is not new. They read a new card in the block, so it's justified to answer this. It's not key to the Russian economy because the state will inevitably intervene and set up the screw over Skolkovo because they are fascists. It's not a very good environment. For cooperation. Also, you can see 2 pieces of uniqueness evidence that VC is far fearing Russia now. The bunch of just our Russian evidence. Also, that Russia is a bad place to live. It's cold and they're a bunch of fascists and all drink vodka. No one wants to go live there. Also, our Fitzpatrick evidence your relations argument that Skolkovo will not lead to normalization of relations. It's literally an irrelevant project. The pathologies that really drive things like START and our hatred toward each other will really be the reason. Also, miscalculation you conceded is empirically denied. It wouldn't happen. You don't have a scenario for it because you don't lead to an economic collapse. Also, yeah, outweighed by warming. Miscalc wouldn't lead to extinction. It'll only be like 1 or 2 days.
If there are marks around my mark, that's basically all the steps.
Can I get all the counterclaim stuff, please? And need the Wilkinson card.
The 0 startup activity plan.
Yeah. And then the tax cuts don't solve, the R&D doesn't solve.
Yeah.
Then you also reference another startup key card. You say it's from the president.
Yeah.
I assume you mean president of the United States, but I don't know. So.
I'm president of the Kauffman
I
Foundation.
wasn't sure on that one. Yeah, I'll take it. And then your geothermal card.
Ours?
Yours. I mean, I know it's not the one you're using to answer the geothermal argument.
Okay, I have my phone.
Hey Cameron,
Yeah.
I'll also take these QR cards
Okay.
you're referencing on the solvency deficits.
Yeah.
Do you want to check in terms of the 2 and C? Because I don't think I have the next 2 cards together. Do you want to cross-reference with me which card going to and 2 and C are on the calendar?
Okay. Sure. Do you have a stack?
Yeah. Okay. top
Just
card
the
is
top?
circled, I don't think the bottom card is good. Yeah. I think that card is good.
I think both of these would go.
Okay, so those two.
I don't think this one will.
Okay.